Hello everyone and welcome to Hill Street. Today's story is Storm of 97, Side A. If you end up enjoying this story, please leave a like. And if you enjoy hearing stories from me, please subscribe and become a resident of Hill Street and let me know how I'm doing in the comments. Now, let's get to this nightmare. Wasn't sure if this was the best place to post this, but I found something kind of odd. I work at a secondhand thrift store, basically the purgatory where unwanted stuff ends up, before we just end up taking it to the landfill somewhere. The ethics of it aren't important anyway. Part of my job is to screen any kind of media we get as donations. We keep a setup in the back that looks like something straight out of a 1996 Radio Shack ad. Little CRT TV with a built-in VCR, an old audio cassette deck, even a frickin' 8-track player. It seems like a lot for what usually amounts to fast-forwarding through some old Disney movies, but we find the occasional, adult home movies, recorded over some old tapes. One moment you're watching an old Transformer episode, the next moment you're witnessing primal nature. Not a good thing to sell to people for a quarter. That's too many details probably, and not at all what I came here for. So the other day, there was an old box sitting out by the donation box when I came in to open the store. No note, no writing on the box, nothing. Myself being apathetic about dying, and with a slight hope that it's a homemade bomb, opens it right then and there. Not gonna lie, was kind of disappointed at the time. Still pretty disappointed after listening to what was actually there. Inside was a small tape box, with space enough for 6 cassettes in it. A strip of tape on the top just said, confidential. Screw it. I was hungover and my coworker would be in soon, so I decided to head back to the tech room and go through these things. I don't know what these are. I never heard of the town they talk about, or the radio station. Everything I look up is a dead end. I don't know if it's real, or fiction, or just some elaborate prank. So here it is. Your problem now. Take it, leave it. I don't give a crap. I don't get paid enough for this. All the music has been replaced with static. Not my doing. Not my problem. The first tape is labeled Storm of 97, with sides A and B marked. Side A. Good evening, boys and girls. It's me, Sammy Shreds, your guide through all things music today, tomorrow, and yesterday. Now, I know we got that big old storm brewing up on us, but we're gonna settle in and have a nice, cozy night to ourselves. Up next, we got 30 minutes of commercial-free music for you. First up to bat, we've got some classics to ease us in. Yes, boys and girls, it's Buffalo Springfield leading us slowly into our rocking night with For What It's Worth. Hey folks, sorry about interrupting. I know. Old Sammy is a liar when he says commercial-free. But this one's important. Just got an alert from Mayor Bagby that this storm rolling in is getting stronger. And to let everyone know there's gonna be a curfew in effect tonight at 8 p.m. sharp. Sounds like we got us a storm of the century. Well everyone, stay safe and stay dry out there tonight. We're gonna get back into it and maybe take a few calls later. Faint voices can be heard in the static burst. Some sound like whispers. Some sound like screams. I honestly can't tell, but they give me the creeps. Alright everyone, that was the newest single by some kids calling themselves Hum. And the song was called Stars. Go check them out. Now, with that comes the end of our slightly commercial-free block. Though really, was it a commercial? I'm just trying to keep all of my listeners safe and sound, and wrapped up in that sweet sonic smoothness that brings us all together. Now, Tab, we got any calls? A female voice can be heard muttering in the background about some calls. Looks like my producer Tab has a couple of calls coming in for us. This one comes from Hannah. How are we holding up out there, Hannah?
Hello? Sammy? Hi, sorry. I've never called into anything like this before. I'm a big fan.
Well, thank you very much. I'm a big fan of anyone who listens to me flapping my mouth for any amount of time. So, Hannah, what's the news?
Well, I saw something kind of weird on my way home today. I had just gotten out of school and was walking home, and there was this dog laying in the road. I thought it had been hit.
Poor little fella. Were you near any houses, Hannah? Able to find the owner?
Well, that's just the thing. I went up to it real slow-like, right? I mean, it was definitely hurt. Had a good amount of blood all over it. I thought I might be able to pick it up and take it over to Dr. Van's place and help it out. When I got closer, though, it's, just kind of, I don't know how to describe it.
Now, you ain't gotta say anything you don't want to, Hannah. Seeing a poor animal like that is a hard thing. Take your time. We're here.
But that's it, Sammy. I got close to it and just, well, it lit up. Not much other way to say it. The dog suddenly caught fire and burned up in seconds.
Now, Hannah, are you sure that's what you saw? I mean, it's been a pretty gloomy day with this storm coming and all. Don't think there's much to make something just do one of those spontaneous combustions. I'm not doubting that you saw something troubling, you know? I'm just trying to understand how something like that happens.
I don't know how it happened, but I know what I saw, Sammy. That poor dog was squealing when it happened. I saw the spark and heard it yell. I don't know how else to tell you what happened. It's just, it's odd.
Well, Hannah, I think you saw one of those strange incidents of nature. There's all kinds of stuff we don't know about out there. Who's to say we won't figure it out one day? I'm sorry that you had to see something so upsetting, Hannah. I hope you have a good night.
Thanks, Sammy. You too.
A musical interlude begins as Sammy talks more. Well, I hope everyone else is hanging in there with relative normalcy. Sometimes out Little Neck of the Woods can get its share of weirdness. It happens. I'm getting reports that the rain has started around the edge of town, and it's moving right over, coming down hard. Now, I'm here in our little studio bunker, but I'll be coming in with any weather updates we get from our very own self-taught weatherman, Kobe Tanner. Kobe, how's it looking? This voice sounds younger, more unsure. Probably some poor kid in high school trying to make a few bucks. Poor bastard.
Well, it's raining.
Very astute observation there, Kobe. What are we talking? A light drizzle or cats and dogs?
A lot. I mean, more than a drizzle at least. It's not really coming down hard at the moment, but all signs point to heavy downpour before the night's over. Probably some high winds too. Might need to have the tornado alert on ready.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Chance of tornadoes. Kobe, we'll check back in with you as the night goes. Sound good?
Sure thing, boss. I'm going to go inside now. It just got a lot darker suddenly.
Alright, friends, let's get back to some music here. Now y'all all know Sammy here is a sucker for a sweet bass line. And that's just what we got coming up with some Alice in Chains. There's a small bit of bass riff from Wood. The line cuts to static again. This time, it sounds like a boom of thunder intermixed with screaming. Well, I don't know about y'all at home. That big ol' crash of lightning had our walls shaking down here in the bunker. Hope everyone is staying safe in town. Tab, we got any more calls? Everyone, it seems like we've had a few accidents with the storm here. For anyone listening, please stay inside. The barn down at the Folsen farm got a nasty strike of lightning and caught fire. Department is currently en route to the scene, but are having some troubles with the wind and wet roads. Please, again, seek shelter if you're out in this. Be safe, first and foremost. Now, we have a call coming in from somewhere near Folsen. You're on with Sammy. Next voice is that of a middle-aged man. He sounds shocked, scared even.
Yeah, Sammy. People gotta get inside, man. I saw that fire start. It wasn't lightning, man. There's something out there.
Whoa now, buddy. How about you tell me your name, huh? Now you ain't seeing stuff in the rain, are you? Tell us exactly what happened.
Grant. My name is Grant. I'm not seeing things, Sammy. You gotta believe me there. I saw what I saw. I swear it on my mama's grave.
Grant Heron. Damn boy. I knew your mama. Good woman as ever lived. Rest her soul. Go on, brother. You've got my attention.
Sammy, it wasn't lightning that took that barn down. It was old Terry Folsen himself.
Now hold up. You're telling me Terry Folsen set his own barn on fire, even with that rain coming down and the animals inside?
He didn't actually set it on fire, though. He burned up, and it just spread.
Grant, you're telling us that Terry burnt up with his barn. Tab, you getting 911 on? They need to know this. Grant, tell us what you can. Why didn't you tell the cops about all this?
I did. They told me I'm crazy. I know what I saw, though. There was some big ruckus going on in the barn. I could hear it all the way from my place and stepped out on the porch to see what was going on. Figured the animals got all stirred up from the storm. Well, apparently, Terry thought the same thing, because I saw him go open the barn door and just stopped, dead.
So he just opened it and stood there. Could you see what happened next?
I saw him burst into flames. I don't know how, but it's just like what that girl described with the dog, except he didn't make any noise when he did it. 1 second he was there. Then the next thing, he's just this pillar of fire standing in the pouring rain. It only took seconds for the rest of it to go up with him.
So he just stood there. Did you see anything hit him? Or an explosion of any kind? There couldn't have been a gas leak in his barn or something. I mean, that would make the animals go crazy. Then maybe he sparked it with one of the door bolts. God knows those things are older than he is.
I saw what I saw, Sammy. He burst into flames. Once he looked at whatever was in the barn, there was something there. The whole place was going up in seconds. I heard the animals squeal, but then it just trailed off. The rain couldn't even put it out, Sammy. Pouring down in buckets and just turning right to steam before it hit. And there was something in those flames and fog. Something big, I'm telling you.
Calm down now, Grant. I believe you. Hell, maybe it's just an animal or something. Could you make out any details?
It was round, but it had these, I don't know, rigid, these spikes coming off of it. But it didn't look like any shape I've ever seen. Maybe it's because of the mist and fire, but I could see wings on it. Big gold and white feathers. I'm sure about that. There was light from the fire reflecting off of them and lighting up everything around.
Now, didn't old Terry down there have a bunch of, what's those big birds? Long necks, tab, you know, ostrich? That's the one. Didn't Terry keep a bunch of ostrich around? Maybe it was those, and a trick of the light.
No, man, listen, I'm telling you, there was some kind of monster out there. Alright, look, I got a little Kodiak disposable over here. I'm going to go out there and get a picture of it. Then once this whole mess is over, you'll see that I ain't screwing around.
Now, Grant, You better be careful out there. We're right here. Keep us updated. Don't go out in this storm.
I'm going to look now. Bring in the phone with me. I'm gonna tell you so you know I'm serious. Alright, going up to the window. I don't really see anything. Barn is still on fire. No animals or anything out. I don't know if something got blown off the fire, but there's a few more little fires all around the property.
Now Grant, I'm telling you, you don't need to go out there in this. It's raining down bad enough right here, so you've got to be underwater by now. Just stay put. Try hunkering down for now.
Wait, there's something moving. I can just see the edge of it around the barn. Gonna run to the front door and try to see. Alright, opening the door.
Howling wind and pouring rain are heard over the recording, almost washing out Grant's voice as the sounds overtake everything. Grant, talk to me. What do you see out there?
Dear God.
A sound is heard in the background. A loud whistle can be made out over a low, droning bass sound. The audio quality is terrible, but this seems to be crystal clear in the middle of all of it. Grant lets out a scream before the phone can be heard falling. For a moment, all that remains is the sound of popping steaming, like rain hitting flames. I'm sorry, folks. I don't know exactly what we just heard, but I know that was probably disturbing for some listeners. Please know we'll be checking on Grant whenever we can. Tab, can you get Kobe the head that way? We need to make sure Grant is alright. Muttering can be heard further away as Tab explains something to Sammy. Okay, we have Kobe coming back on the line, folks. I just want to tell everyone now the storm seems to be unlike anything we've ever seen before. If you're driving or outside, please get to safety. We don't know what is happening. We just know that there are fires breaking out around town. We're gonna stay live until everything clears. Colby, can you see anything? The sound of wind and rain picks up as Colby's haired voice comes in over the line. Some of his words are being overtaken by the sound of wind.
I'm here. I don't know exactly what's going on, but the sky is glowing off to one side of the town. I took shelter on someone's porch. I don't know why the sky is glowing. The rain is so thick, and it's kind of, steaming. I think there's steam coming off where the glow is, Sammy.
What direction is that, Kobe? The fire out at Folsen's might be spreading.
Yeah, it looks to be that way. I've got a decent view from where I'm at, but it doesn't look like it's just the Folsen farm out there burning, Sammy. It looks like the whole town is catching. It's spreading.
Colby, keep an eye out there. I'm gonna get a hold of someone in EMS, okay? Just hold on for me.
Yeah, got it, boss. We'll try.
Tab is heard again in the background. A phone rings. Alright, we've got the Chief of Police, Sarah, on with us. Sarah, do you know what's going on? From the sounds of everything, the storm is coming down harder, and this fire is going further.
Get the heck out, all of you. There's something going through this town and we don't know what the heck it is. If you're in your homes, go get in your car and exit through the eastern side of town. Do not go west. Tell everyone, Sammy, do not go west. Don't turn back. Go now.
Sarah, what the hell is going on out there? Some loud sound is heard, hitting so many frequencies and tones at once. It almost overloads the senses.
Sammy, stay in the bunker. You'll be safe. Whatever you do, do not look at it. Dear God.
The line goes dead, leaving only the dull drone of the dial tone.